Guys, we are here at Wilmslow for the 10k that we've been preparing for the last few weeks now. Honestly, don't know how today's going to go. As you can see, the sun is out. It's going to be a hot one. It's going to be about 22 degrees whilst we're running. Interested to see how it's going to go, to say the least. But we have got some ice, we've got some water. The plan is to just chuck it all over myself. Predictions of the day, honestly don't know how it's going to go. Going to try and get our sub-40, but with the heat and just with the kind of many question marks surrounding the race, you just don't know how it's going to go. Just starting to warm up now, get the legs moving, doing some strides at sub 4 minute kilometers, just to kind of get that pace there. Start is in 20 minutes, so I'm going to take on my caffeine gel in the next kind of 5-10 minutes just to get that adrenaline flowing, and yeah, then it's game time. This is me signing off for the race now, so I'll see you after the race. Hopefully it goes well, hopefully we get what we're going for.
Going on 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
That is Wilmslow 10k wrapped up. Got our medal here. Honestly, so hot, so hot. People were like passing out, fainting, doing all kinds of things at the end of the race. I had to sit down, I was not in a good state. I'll put my results here. Got 38.53, gun time was like 39.15. Hardest thing I've ever done, hands down. It's like raced at such a like shitty intensity that it's just absolutely brutal work. First ever 10k race, and I never want to do one again, ever. But we got it done, we got our goal. I'll do a full breakdown kind of when I'm not absolutely fucked. But yeah, goal achieved. So we got back home now. Just going to give you a quick little breakdown of Wilmslow, and yeah, there's been some developments since I finished. Essentially, Run Northwest has come out and they've said that the course was measured incorrectly. It was measured short. It was 240 meters short, or about 250, depending on kind of what you tracked on what watch. Basically, that means that all of the chip times, the gun times there, they are wrong. If we're being kind of official about it, I haven't ran a 10k PB because I haven't ran 10k. Nonetheless, I'm sure that will annoy some people, and including myself, I'm not happy about it at all. I think things like this just shouldn't really happen. Mistakes can happen, but it's just frustrating that it kind of happens for the first time in 10 years on the exact event that I am doing myself, and for other people as well. As stated, my chip time was like 38.52, 38.53, whatever it was. My actual time in theory was 39.50, which makes complete sense because for the 9.76 kilometers that I ran, I averaged a 3 minutes 59 seconds per kilometer pace, which obviously would have ended the full 10k in 39 and 50 seconds. I am slightly disappointed that this has happened because it's not an official 10k PB in my eyes. Nonetheless, everything pointed towards, you know, we got our goal, we got the sub 40. Unofficially, we still got it. 250 meters to go. You're not just going to give up and start walking. Like, no, that's when you push on, that's when you sprint, that's when you give it everything that you've got. So it's unfortunate because that is literally such a silly thing. There are so many variables that you can control whilst running. You can control your hydration, your fueling, your pacing strategy, your training, your execution, but the one thing, or arguably two with the weather, but the one thing that you can't control is if the course is measured correctly. When you sign up to an event, that is what you expect. That is a baseline expectation, is that the course is going to be 10k. If it's a 10k race, it's going to be 10k. If it's a half marathon, it's going to be 21.1k. For me, that's a baseline expectation. And it just feels like the one variable it's just completely robbed me, because I've controlled every other variable as best as I can. I executed the race and the pacing evenly. I fueled correctly, I hydrated correctly, I pushed through a ridiculous amount of pain and pure suffering, by the way, in that heat, in that sun, and then I don't even get a 10k PB out of it. I'm not blaming Run Northwest whatsoever. I think the way they've handled it is good. They sent out an email to people, they've apologized, they've took responsibility, they've even given a free race entry, you know, for one of their future races. But it does just feel that I have been cheated just ever so slightly. I'll put my splits up on the screen here just so you can see. My plan going into the race was to just run it as evenly as possible. I knew with the heat and the humidity that if I went out too quick, or if I didn't kind of execute it absolutely flawlessly, that I wouldn't get it, because it'd just come back to bite me, which is also where the hills are. It's pretty much a steady uphill, like the back end of the race. Kilometer 1 was done in 4 minutes 2 seconds. Didn't want to go out too quick, and was sticking with the sub-40 pacing group as well. There was a lot of people kind of going for that time. Kilometers 2 to 6 was done in 3:58, so literally right on the edge, but that is exactly what I was going for. I didn't want to exert more energy than I needed to kind of hold that pace. So I wasn't going to go out at 350s and blow up kind of thing. Kilometer 7 was when I started like feeling in the bin. I literally felt like absolute shit. I wanted to give up. I wanted to stop. I wasn't having a very good time at all in that heat. But we pushed through until kilometer 8, which is the worst kilometer in the entire race, because you've got 10 meters of incline on that kilometer. That was actually my slowest split of the race, with it being in 4 minutes and 3 seconds. I was hanging on for dear life at this point, genuinely. Heart rate was 203, bearing in mind, if you do 220 minus 21, that is 199. So in theory, using that formula, my max heart rate is 199. Kilometer 10, even though it's 0.7, was an average heart rate of 206, which is the highest heart rate I've ever had in a race. But here's what I like about it, is that the last 0.7 kilometers of the race, which is like the final bit, I averaged 356 per kilometer, because I was giving everything I've got. I was speeding up, especially when, you know, you have 500 meters left. You're just giving it all you have. You're not leaving anything in the tank, and yeah, you just kind of want to finish it. You just want to get it over and done with. So if I carried on at that pace, I would have undoubtedly got a sub 40 10k. Technically, unofficially, I did, but it would have been nice to kind of just have that benchmark and that standard, really. Pacing wise and execution wise, I have absolutely no complaints with. I think I executed it really well without me being, you know, too big headed or whatever, which is why it frustrated me so much that it was 240 meters short, because, you know, I know for a fact at that point in the race, I'm not going to slow down. Like, I've put up with the last 9.7k in absolute pain, in the sun, in heat, sweating my absolute tits off. You know, I'm not going to slow down in the last 240 meters of the race. Like, I'm going to push on, I'm going to push through, and I'm going to finish strong. So that is the one thing that annoyed me the most about it, was just that it was just out of my control. It had nothing to do with me at all. Overall, it was a good day out. Yeah, a tough one to take, really, and a bit of a weird experience as well, to be completely honest.